You have learned Python basics. You understand loops, functions, object-oriented programming. Now what next? If you want to build APIs, backend systems, high-performance applications, then today I'll introduce to something powerful. FastAPI. What is FastAPI? FastAPI is a modern high-performance Python framework used to build APIs. It is built on top of Starlet for web parts, Pydantic for data validation. FastAPI is very fast, easy to learn, automatic documentation generator built for production. Why FastAPI after Python? After learning Python, you should learn how to build REST APIs, how to front-end connects to backend, how mobile apps talks to servers. FastAPI helps you to do exactly that. Perfect for backend developers, microservices, machine learning APIs, production-ready systems. What is API? API is an application programming interface. Example:
The waiter takes your request to the kitchen. The kitchen prepares your food. Then the waiter brings the food back to you. In this example, the waiter is the API.
Next, this is my Visual Studio Code editor. Here I open folder, new folder, and this is the virtual environment which is created. So first I am opening my terminal. Here my virtual environment got activated. Then I am going to open ChatGPT. Here I am asking ChatGPT how to install FastAPI. This is the command which you can create virtual environment, and this is the command to activate the virtual environment. If you are using macOS or Linux, then you can use this command to activate the virtual environment. For install FastAPI, this is the command pip install FastAPI. So I am copy that command and here I am running. So FastAPI got installed. Next, what we need to do? We need to install this UICon. Then create a new file main.py. So here I am going to create new file main.py, and this is how we can write a API. First here imported FastAPI like this. Like this we need to write the code for the FastAPI. This is the get API. Here you can see this is the URL root where we can browse the API. Right now I am saving this file, and next this is the command to run the FastAPI server. This is our API function. So this is which response will be printed when call this API. It will be printing message hello FastAPI. So right now I am running this server. Using this command. Here my server got running, and here I am clicking and opening that 8000 port 8000. Here you can see the API response. Here you can see interactive API docs are available at this path. What we can do here, this is the path, here /docs, enter. Here you can get the API documentation. From here also you can able to try that API, like execute. Here you can see the response, hello past API. This is how we can implement past API. Next, what we can do, there is a HTTP methods. HTTP methods. When we creating API, there is a method get used for the retrieving data. Post method used for create data. How it is? Here using get method, it will use to retrieve the data. If we use post method, here we can create any user data, book data, anything based on our requirement. Put API, which is used for the updating the data. Patch API used for partial update. Delete API used to delete the data. These are the some HTTP status code 200, 404, 500, etc. 200 for the response successful, 404 which not found, 500 for internal error. So next what we can do, this is how we already created the past API. Like this, what we can do, CRUD API we can implement and check it here. Provide code for CRUD API. CRUD is nothing but create, read, update and delete. So in the main.py, so ChatGPT generated a code, so I am going to copy and explain. Control A, Control V, Control S. Right now here you can see this is the line where past API imported and pedantic model which validate the data. Here data model. These are the fields ID, name and description. Right now we did not added any database connection, so we just checking this data. This is the post API, creating item. Using this API we can able to create an item. Here what happened, this is the table, like item table. This one, ID, name and description. Existing item in items. If existing item.id equal to item.id. Here it is validating. Already item is present, then it will give the error 400. Item ID already exists. Here validating the ID. Next, here appending the item. If there is same ID not present, then it will append the item to this table, item table, and it will save. What will happen here, until this server is running, data will be stored in the server. Once we close this terminal, it will automatically delete the data whatever we are creating here right now, and here get API to list all the items. Whatever item present in our table will be displaying using this API, get API. Here the path like this we given, so I'll show you that. This is for retrieve single item. This is the path, and here we need to provide a ID and browse this API. This is put API, which we will going to update a item detail, complete item detail. When we update, we use put method, and there is a delete method. Delete method used to remove the item. So right now what we'll do, I'm going to show you in the API docs here. Right now I'm going to refresh this page. Here you can see these all are the API got created. First what I'll do, first I'm going to create here. I'll show you get API, get items. There is no item present right now. Execute. Here empty, there is no item present. Next, first I am going to create here something, name test, description test, and execute. So here you can see item got created, status code 200. This is the item details, which is response, and this is the URL path. Which one? When we create, this is the URL path we provided here. This one. Second, here. Next, here I am going to check the item detail. Right now I'm here. You can see empty. I'm going to execute, and execute we got the response. This item is got created and we got the one item. ID is 0. If you want to access that item, how we can access? Here we need to provide a ID. Try. ID is 0. So I'm going to execute. We'll get the response. This is the response. So if I enter 1, it will not give any response because there is no ID present, item not found. This API will retrieve single item. This is the API path which we added here. Here item slash ID. This is the API which I just called. And next, this is for update API. I'm going to update the item. ID is 0. Here I'm going to change the name, test 1 something. I'm adding this description and going to execute. Here API got called, put API, and this is the URL path, and this item got updated. And here I'm checking the get API. I'm going to call this get API and checking the output. Here you can see the response got updated with a different. Before it was test. Right now it is changed to test 1 and TTT. There is another API, delete API. Here I am going to delete the item. ID is 0. When I execute, that item will go into delete. item deleted. Here you can see the response, item deleted, this one. Right now we don't have any item inside our table. When I call this API, here we can see execute. Here there is no response because item got deleted. We had only one item. Like this we can able to implement APIs using FastAPI. This is very simple and easy way we can implement FastAPI.